All right, welcome back to Basically Adulting.
Welcome.
Why do you always sound so not impressed by or excited to be
I
here?
am excited to be here.
There you go. Welcome.
Well, it wasn't like last week's where I was like, hello, hi.
I feel like it's just you don't know how to start, and then once you get started,
Yeah.
It's a lot of the, what's it called? The foreplay. We got to get
Yes,
you
I need to get
loosened
there.
up.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, tell us. So, as you guys know, if you've been listening for the past month, we've been doing mocktails for Dry January, and we have something new that Luis has found.
So a coworker of mine mentioned this to me, and he's like, you should try them out. Because I buy them at Sprouts. And they're called Kin Euphorics, a functional beverage for modern rituals. It's gently caffeinated with 33 milligrams, but it's pretty much alcohol-free.
Pretty much. It's supposed to be non-alcoholic.
Oh, it is. Sorry, it is.
Pretty much
it is.
Non-alcoholic.
It's
just
got
50% alcohol.
Just a little splash. It's got vitamin C, D3, and zinc, which levels up your immunity. Collagen peptides, which we love a good glow.
Didn't you say that it makes you feel good, or like it has?
That's what he said. It has something in it that just kind of I guess just makes you feel good. I'm not sure. We're about to find out.
Okay, well, let's do it. Let's pour some, what's it called? Kin Euphorics. Here.
Yeah,
I got some ice for us. We each get 3 little ice cubes.
It's giving mimosa, by the way.
Actually, I'm going to give us some more ice cubes.
Smell that.
Ooh, it smells fresh. It looks like a mimosa.
Right?
Wow, does it fit in there perfectly?
Well, it does.
Wow. What a great glass.
Ta-da!
Okay, my turn.
I'll wait for you.
I hope so.
It does look like a mimosa. Anybody walking by would be like, wow, these girls really love mimosas.
Or they're alcoholics. Uh-oh. Oh no!
You always do this.
I just got a little excited. I was trying to be fancy and do the tall pour, and don't do it with this glass or this drink. Oh, now I have to wait till the bubbles go down. Rookie mistake.
You could stick your finger in there.
No. My fingers have been working all day. Actually, I just washed my hands when I went to the bathroom. I can taste the turmeric in here. Or ginger.
It's turmeric.
Saffron. And ginger. It has ginger and this is literally just a little immune shot.
Dang. Which I've taken those, and they're... Oh, it's local. Well, not local, but Austin, Texas.
It's state made.
State made. May cause smiling at strangers.
I like that. Okay, my bubbles have gone down. Let's do a little cheersy. Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Yum.
It's very healthy.
I can definitely taste this would be a morning mocktail.
For sure.
This could replace your mimosas.
Yes. I just didn't want to pick the other ones because I wasn't even sure what they were. Because it doesn't say, it just says actual sunshine. I mean, it does say rise and glow. But I just wasn't sure what the other flavors were going to be like.
So there are other flavors?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I don't dislike it.
I don't either, but it is definitely a more of a morning mocktail.
How much are these? How much did you get? A pack, or you have to buy them individually?
They have packs, but I just got the individuals.
Okay.
Because
so
I'm
try
we're
different
tasting.
Ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
this could definitely, you just get that and you just make a little drink in the morning and you got your vitamins for the day, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like good for your tummy, your gut health.
That's good. What about gut health in 2024?
Yeah, we got to get rid of this gut.
But my Sprouts did stock up on non-alcoholic wine. So
that
maybe
would be
that's
a fun one to try.
we dive into.
Okay. We should dive into that.
Yeah.
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is our mocktail for this week.
What were they called?
Euphoric.
Euphorics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll post it on our Instagram for those of you listening and wanting to try. Yeah, these are really good, actually.
Yeah.
I can probably drink this whole thing in one thing.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try not to do that.
This reminds me of, like, I was taking, like, these immunity shots in December.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was battling a cough, like, the whole month.
Yeah.
I couldn't get rid of it. And it had orange juice, turmeric, and ginger.
Yeah. That is basically what this is. You want to go sit on the couch and get comfy?
Let's do it.
Because I know you have a lot of fun things on the schedule.
I always have fun stuff to talk about.
I know.
Oh, excuse me,
so
guys.
So what's first on the agenda? Should we do like a...
Oh, well, we got to update them on our singles event.
Oh, well, let's do that because we've got a freaking location now, guys.
Yes.
So if you don't know already and you haven't heard and you're single and you don't have anything to do on Valentine's Day.
And you live in Dallas.
Or Fort Worth or in the DFW area, we are hosting a singles soiree. So if you don't know what that means, basically just singles in the area, girls, boys, anyone that's single is invited, 21 and up.
Mm-hmm.
And basically we're just going to have a little happy hour at this winery. What's the winery
called?
Bar. What's the wine bar called? It's like Eden's Winery.
Eden Hill Winery, I want to say. Hold on, let me clarify that.
Yeah.
Eden Hill Winery, yeah.
Eden Hill Winery. It's located in Dallas. The event is actually going to be on Valentine's Day. So we actually have the place booked, so we're not having to fight any crowds because, as we all know, as a single person, if you try to go anywhere on Valentine's Day,
swarming with couples.
Yeah, and we're not trying to do that.
No.
So our goal is to meet people we haven't met before, make some new friends, make some new relationships, potentially
maybe meet the one.
Yeah, meet your soulmate. Who knows? Like your friend, or your friend's friend, your hairdresser's friend.
Oh, yeah.
She tried to do something like this, had an event, and then met her soulmate and never had the event again. So
yeah, she had like 2 events.
Yeah, so we're trying to build off of that vibe.
Yeah.
So we're super excited. Tickets are $20. We're going to be posting
on all of our socials.
Yeah, we have the Eventbrite and everything, so you just need to register and RSVP so we can make sure we have enough wine and food for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We'll have games, interactive games, which is like something that I love. I'm a big gamer.
Yeah.
Like
board gamer,
not remote control video gamer. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what they're called. So yeah, that's exciting. We've like finalized everything like that. Yeah. Luis and I went to the place on Friday and did a little tasting. And
I was really impressed with their wines.
I was too, honestly. I was very impressed, and the fact that they have like happy hour, especially on Fridays too.
A late happy hour too.
Right. It ended at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's not very common to find.
No. Normally happy hours end at 6.
6.
When we're getting off of work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, very exciting stuff. So, just keep your eyes peeled, your ears peeled for any more information that
we'll be posting about it pretty religiously for the next 2 weeks, so you might get bored. Well, actually, this podcast isn't going to be released until
the week of, probably.
The week before.
Yes.
So 1 week before. But if you hear this and you're listening to this and if you're not single, but you have single friends, share this with them because everyone's invited. We want everyone to come and we want it to be a success. So just share it. And if you have questions, just let us know. DM us on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
You can figure out how to get a hold of us. It's not that difficult.
No.
But yeah, so that's one huge update.
Mm-hmm.
Another update is Luisa's birthday is coming up, and we've decided where and what we're doing for her birthday.
Yes. I have decided that I'm going to spend my birthday in Fredericksburg for the weekend of my birthday. Just because I've done the dinners, I think the past 2 years. And I'm like, okay, we need to change it up.
We need to go somewhere.
Yes, we need to go somewhere. And I've only been to Fredericksburg once on a bachelorette with Aaron, where, we went to Austin, but we did Fredericksburg one day. And Coconut Head, remember my wig?
Oh my God. Are we going to do wigs?
No wigs, no.
We should bring Coconut Head back.
No, I threw that person away.
No, you didn't.
I did. I threw it away. It was like a cheap wig from
Party
That would
City.
be fun, though, if we get those nice quality wigs from Amazon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of want to, I told you, I want to do like a theme birthday.
I know. We definitely need to have a theme because
I love a good theme.
It's not a party without a theme, in my opinion.
No, it isn't. So I'm tossing.
Just a gathering.
Yeah. And that's lame.
That's lame. You can't have a gathering for your birthday.
I know.
What
am I? A grandma?
A grandma? A grandma gathering. We could dress up as grandmas.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. I don't know. I'm tossing.
We could get grandma wigs.
We could get grandma wigs. That would actually be really funny. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'm tossing out different ideas in my head. So
I feel like because Fredericksburg is kind of like Austin or Nashville where there's just like bachelorette parties everywhere. So I know you mentioned Barbie, but I feel like
that's what everybody's gonna do.
Bachelorette-y.
And also I have a feeling that's what all the bachelorettes are gonna.
I know, with the Barbie movie coming out last year, and we need to be.
And then I also said Era's tour.
That one would be good too, but that one is also
very, very,
very
bachelorette-y.
I like you're about to spill the goldfish.
I know.
Oh, that would have been tragic.
I know, for me.
For the goldfish. Yeah, we'll have to think of different. What if we did like a poll on our Instagram of different theme ideas and see what the listeners choose?
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do.
Or we could put a poll on our Spotify.
Yeah, for this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll come up with some themes, and you guys tell us what Luisa's theme for her birthday party should be.
Yeah.
She's going to be, how old are you going to be?
28. I know.
I'm trying to think of what I did for my 28th.
Well, I was there for it.
I know. Did we go to, was that when we went to Denver? I don't remember.
That was either 28 or 29.
Yeah. I don't know. We went somewhere though. So
I feel like it was 28.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think we went somewhere for sure. So maybe that's the theme. Just travel abroad.
Yeah.
Be your Mamma Mia.
My Mamma Mia self.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are the updates that we have for y'all.
Yes.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Did we tell them about that we're going to the mixology class on Monday?
We spoke on it last episode, yes.
But did we say that we confirmed?
Yes.
Did we?
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you that are newly listening or did not listen to last week's episode,
But I didn't give too much detail because I don't want to.
We're not giving too much detail. I'm not saying anybody's names. But if you didn't listen to last week's episode, pause and go listen to it. But if you just need a refresher, Louisa has a crush on a boy, aka a man. And she got dared to text him. He's a mixologist person. So that's kind of how we got inspired to start doing these little mocktail things for y'all.
Yeah.
Because she started going to this mixology class, and she texted him because she got dared to a couple weeks ago, and he responded almost immediately, which I think that's a green flag. Mm-hmm. He's not scared to be like, he's not like trying to play games.
Right.
He's just over here, being like, man, I've been waiting for you to freaking text me. You've had my number forever.
I know.
And so then we've been trying to get into one of his mixology classes, but haven't been able to. And he was like, oh, well, let me just get you.
Well, what he said word for word was like, when are you coming to another class? And I literally screenshotted that. Like, I held down that text bubble and I sent it to my therapist. And I was like, am I being delusional, or has this man been thinking about me?
Like, for real. That's why you shouldn't have waited so long.
I know.
And you just need to shoot your shots.
I know.
You need to shoot more shots.
I do.
Because you know what? The answer is always no if you don't ask.
True.
And if the answer is no, it's not changing anything that is currently going on, because you're already saying no to yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not asking the question or you're not doing the action.
Right.
So, and he surprised you.
He did. I was very shocked.
So
I haven't talked to him since, though. But I know he has been busy.
Well, that's okay.
So I'm not.
You've been busy too.
That as well. Like, I'm not stressed about it because I'm like, I'm going to see him this coming Monday. So
yeah,
that'll be fine.
It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do not like filming in there, but we should do like a before and after and see how it went.
Yeah.
Like we're about to go in.
Yeah.
And we can update you guys. But anyway, so that was that's exciting. We're gonna be going there next week.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I haven't been to a class, so I'm excited to.
Yeah, I don't know what they'll be making.
Hype is about.
Yeah, it's just fun because, or maybe I just have a crush on this man, and I'm like, the class is just so much fun, and to everybody else, they're just like,
sucks.
This sucks.
Well, maybe because he only pays attention to you, they're like, I don't get any instructions on how to make my mocktail or my cocktail or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this girl over here gets all the praise, and she gets the best drink, and she gets prizes, and we don't get anything. I'll just be happy to be at your table, so I know we can get all the praise over in our direction.
I know.
Okay, enough about you.
Okay, enough about me. Well, what's going on with you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's why I've been just spilling your tea.
I know. This is the first time in a long time I've had any tea to spill.
I know, and I don't have anything to spill. My tea information cup is low on the.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to report.
We're well balanced.
Yeah, I'm just working a lot. And
amen to that.
Yeah, this weekend didn't do too much. I worked out. That's
Yeah,
a
I
big
saw
deal.
that.
Yeah. Well, with all these trips popping up on my calendar within the past 3 days, or like couple weeks, I've got your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I am now, I guess, going to New York to go visit a friend that's in town from Ireland, for St. Patrick's Day. So that's gonna be like back-to-back weekends,
Oh.
which was gonna be fun. But then in May,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Florida
Ooh.
for Gulf Coast Jams, I think is what it's called. But it's like a country concert, country music festival with Cody Johnson, not Co Wetzel, Parker McCollum, Jelly Roll, and Morgan Wallen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that should be fun. But Angeline and I were talking and we're like, dude, we need to like get in the gym because we're not going to be like the whales.
Oh my
Beach.
God, shut up. Y'all are not whales.
I'm just saying it feels like that right now. So
yeah. Can I just say, like, this is not on our topics, but this is probably, I don't know, me, myself, something that I'm struggling with, like, heavily. It's like body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
And my self-esteem.
Yeah.
Like, all-time low. All-time low.
Well, what do you think you need to, like, get out of that?
I don't know. Because, like, I'm working out, like, I'm, trying to do all the things to get me out of a funk, but I'm just, like, not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Self-esteem is, like, huge because it's, like, the way that you talk to yourself and, like, the way that you envision yourself.
Yeah.
And I was actually talking to my dad yesterday, and I guess in church they're talking about sharks or like shark attacks or something. And one of the guys like said a metaphor as like negative talk to yourself or negative thoughts is like a shark attack. And like just one thought is like a shark bite. And then you're bleeding and you've got blood everywhere, and then all these other sharks, these other negative thoughts are coming into your head, which it's just like a downward spiral at that point. And then you get drugged down into this hole where you can't get out of.
Yeah.
And it's like I sometimes will catch myself, especially, when you're trying to like manifest something or you're trying to like, be positive or do something different. Like I'll catch myself and be like, oh man, like this sucks or whatever. Right. And I will tell myself, you can't, no, like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Or that's not a great example, but like, I don't know. Like I don't want to do this, or I'm not good enough or whatever. And it's like, you can't think like that. Otherwise, that's how it's going to be. And it's if you tell yourself and you can encourage yourself to just be positive, and as much as it sucks and as hard as it is to like in your brain just flip that switch to tell yourself you are good enough. Yes, you can do that. Like when you're working out, it's so much easier when you say, I've got this, I can do it. Especially when you're working out with somebody, like encouraging each other, like we got this, we can do it, whatever. Only 10 more, you know. But the second I can feel myself lose strength when I am like, this sucks, I don't want to be here, I'm not strong enough, like this is too heavy. But when I'm like, let's just get through it, we got to do it, you're good, like it's going to be over soon. Yeah. But you need to do this to get to your next goal. Yeah. It, first of all, goes by a lot quicker rather than like harping on it. You're embracing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then second of all, you get so much more out of it rather than complaining or just having those negative thoughts. And I'm just using like working out as an example because that's, I mean, just nobody likes working out. I mean, unless you're freaking crazy, but like there are people that work out every day and they don't like working out, I'm sure.
Yeah, me.
I don't like working out, but you know you have to do it, and the only way to get through it is to just do it, and then also to just talk positive about it, because it sucks.
Yeah. Well, like I can say that I'm not negative to myself. I'm just like, I kind of just like, oh, ouch. I kind of just like look at myself and I'm like, me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know.
Have you ever like looked in the mirror and told yourself that you love yourself? Like looked yourself in the eyes?
No, because that's kind of weird.
But you should. You should try it.
I feel like that's going to creep me out.
Why?
Well, just like, I have a thing with mirrors.
You just say, you look in the mirror and you just say, I love you. And you're just talking to yourself.
I'll try it tomorrow. Because I always look at myself in the mirror. Like,
instead
that's one thing,
saying,
it's like...
Instead of saying meh.
Well, I don't say meh. I just kind of like look at myself and I'm like...
In your head, you say meh.
Okay. Yeah. I guess you're right.
So, in your head, you say meh. You don't have to say it out loud. You can just look at yourself and say, I love you.
Okay.
And I promise you, you're going to start looking at yourself in the mirror. Do it for 7 days straight. And see how you feel after the 7 days. Start tomorrow, and then next week when we record, let's see how you feel about yourself.
Okay.
And don't just make up some answer so I just stop hugging you. But really, it really, like, I don't do it consistently, but I probably should. But there's times where I'll look at myself and you're going to feel silly because it's like, nobody's here. I'm just talking to myself. Like,
yeah. But it's like, what if like the mirror like answers back to me? Like,
the mirror's not going to answer back to you.
You don't know that.
I definitely know that. Unless you have like a hieroglyphic,
a haunted mirror,
AI mirror. That's like
I'm not that rich.
Yeah, you don't. You don't, so you're good. But also you can just in your head say, I love me. Like, I love, I'm so funny, or I don't know, just compliment yourself throughout the day. And like when you say something funny.
Well, see that, I know I'm funny, but it's like, I guess I would have to say like, I love.
What's like your biggest insecurity, you think? You got somewhere to be?
No. Sorry.
Louise is over here looking at her watch.
Not my arm. Well, I would say like my tummy.
Yeah.
That's like my biggest, because I've never had a flat stomach.
Yeah.
Ever since I was like a little child with like nothing, no meat in her bones.
Just bones.
I've always had like a little like pudge. Not a pudge, but like the organs are there.
Yeah.
And that's always bothered me. And we can blame 2000s media for that.
Yeah.
Because those girls were anorexic and I was over there like,
oh yeah,
like probably 90 pounds and like, I'm fat.
I know. I was
and
there.
It's like now I know it's like my tummy, it's like that's just my organs, but it's still so like,
it's like that time period. I mean, because those 2000 whatever magazines was a time when we were teenagers, and we're like, it really did.
Well, I was more of a child,
a tween, like 2004.
I was 8.
Okay, well, still, you're producing.
Yes,
you're being.
Yeah,
you're growing up.
Yeah,
you're producing whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, like growing up, that's what the norm
That's
in
what the
our head,
standards
the
were. Yeah.
standard for society for a woman or a girl to look like. And it's like, oh my gosh, I have one little like flabby piece on my tummy and it's just skin. And as a teenager or even just like a girl going through puberty, it's like, what do you expect me to think? What do you expect me to feel about my body?
Yeah.
So that's one issue right there. But now that we're grown, we're just supposed to all of a sudden not have any insecurities and not have any, but everyone has their insecurities. And it's just like, how do you deal with those without coming off as like, poor, pitiful me?
Yeah.
You know? That's another issue where we're just like, well, we'll just bury it deep down inside and not talk about it.
We'll deal with it in therapy.
Yeah. Well, and then there's people that don't have a therapist and don't talk about it.
True.
So I think that it's being cognizant of those thoughts whenever they do come about. And it's not like, you know, you're not exercising and you're not eating good and you're not doing the things that you need to do and like taking care of yourself to be healthy. It's when those negative thoughts come in your head, it's changing that mindset and you're like, you know what? No, like I am beautiful.
Yeah.
And the more that you say that, the more you're going to start believing it in your head.
Yeah.
Because even just that one negative thought, it might not seem like a lot, but one negative thought after one negative thought after one negative thought after day after day after day, even if it's just when you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and you only have that one negative thought in the whole day.
Yeah.
That one negative thought over time turns into like a crater.
Yeah.
And you have to like just break that wall down.
Yeah.
So that's your challenge.
Okay, that's my homework. All right.
You have to look at yourself, whether it's in the morning or before you go to bed or whatever, and just tell yourself that you love yourself.
Okay.
That's my advice.
All right. I'll do it.
Yeah, because I'm there. I struggle with that too. I mean, it's hard.
Well, I don't deny that we don't all struggle with it, but I like to think that I've grown to like really love and appreciate my body.
Yeah.
Because as like a Mexican woman that comes from a very like thick family of like big breasted women and like wide, I don't even know if I have white hips. Do I have white hips? No. But like a big butt or like not even a big butt, but like having a butt.
Yeah.
And comparing just myself curvy. To like curvy, yes. Comparing myself growing up to like the rest of my like little white friends.
Yeah.
Was definitely a struggle, and it's like something that like in my 20s I learned to like love and appreciate my body because it's like genetics, babe.
Yeah.
This is from a long line of history and like you were built this way, and so it's like I've come such a long way that it's like, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah. I think that, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's not going to be, just because, you know, you've come a long way doesn't mean that you're not ever going to have like hardships or have those feelings come back. But it's important that whenever you do have those feelings come back, that you remind yourself of like, no, I am beautiful. I'm strong. There's more than being skinny. Like there's more to life and there's more to being alive than being a stick.
Right.
And if you're healthy and you've got a family that loves you and you've got friends that support you and there's just a ton of different things that are more important in life than being skinny. And I mean, it's a nice reminder that you know, I'm sure that you're not the only one that feels like this, and that
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that feels like this. That our listeners, I'm sure that there's people out there that are like suffering and feeling the same way. Especially, I know that it's like probably majority females, but I know that men suffer from it
Oh,
too.
no, yeah.
But it's also like society needs to quit. Like, quit telling us how we need to look and what we need to, like, what's acceptable and what's
Yeah.
not, because
Well, it's like,
everyone is their own person.
yeah. Well, it's like, it's society, and it's like I come from a family where it's like, oh, you've gained weight. Oh, like the first thing they comment on is your appearance. So
Yeah.
I can tell you that the cousins that I'm close to, we definitely have we've all battled some eating disorder for
Yeah.
sure. And it's like, as the black sheep of the family, it's like I've done my best to like stand up for like the younger ones, and it's like, let them be, like,
Yeah.
they're 15 or whatever, like their bodies,
They're still growing, yeah.
Or even like the guys in the family, like they're so quick. Like one of my cousins who has always been obsessed with fitness, like I remember one time they're like, oh, you look too sick, and I'm like, he was just like lean, like he wasn't buffing up, and I was like, can we not just like for once just say like, hey, you look great,
Yeah.
you look healthy, you look happy, like
Yeah.
why do we always, so like for my family it's like it was an obsession with like weight. And so I feel like that fucked me up more than society.
Yeah. Well, especially coming from people that you love, and their opinion is something that means a lot. So if they're over here telling you, like, you need to lose weight, or it basically is like, I'm not going to love you unless you lose weight, kind of could come across like that as a teenager or an 8-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand that being a huge mind fuckery, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to describe that. Like, that's probably the best way to do it, because, and they probably don't even mean, like, they don't mean any harm by it, but they don't understand the depth of the destruction it's causing too. You think that they meant to cause you harm from it? No. Well, that's also another level to
that's the whole reason why I'm
that's
the
a
black sheep
whole,
of that family.
yeah, it's a whole another story.
Well, because it'd be different if it's like they did care, but it's like when they take it into like teasing matters and they like joke about it and stuff, like it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
So, anyways.
Well, let's cheers to body positivity and loving ourselves.
Yes.
And to positive thoughts, being nice to ourselves.
Yes.
How did we get on that topic?
I don't know. Oh, I was just talking about how I was struggling with my self-esteem. But to the main topics of the night.
Yeah, one more thing before we get to the main topics. If there is anybody out there that is struggling with their self-confidence or their appearance or self-esteem, just know that you're not alone. And if you ever need anybody to talk to, Louisa and I are here for you. And you're beautiful. Just remember that. That's all.
Yeah. There's only one DNA of you, or
whatever that saying, however that saying goes.
Yeah.
There's only one you.
Yeah.
I read I'm not even going to say this because I don't remember what I read, but it was powerful. That's all. It is something about.
That's all we're going to get.
You only have like one life, or I don't know. I'll look it up and find it, but I don't even know why I said that because I can't really remember it. Okay, what are our real topics?
Okay, so
we're already 40 minutes in.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, okay, they're the last 4.
Okay, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about her?
Well, I just want to talk about how I love that she's in love, and everybody else that hates it, whether it's the Brad and the Chads or people that are just over the media coverage on it, be mad at the media for that.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think they. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because I follow this independent journalist, and I usually like her because she has very good topics and points, talking points. She's very biased. She covers things, I think, very unbiasedly. But her one take on Taylor Swift, I'm like, I just don't agree with. And so it kind of goes hand in hand with what our next topic would be. But one of her talking points back when Travis and Taylor dating rumors started was that they're a PR stunt. And as somebody that follows celebrity gossip religiously, like since I was a child, I was watching E! News.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that Michael Jackson's death was like my first like what bit me into like dive into celebrity stuff. I can tell you I can sniff out a PR couple like real quick.
Yeah.
Whether they're small or big, whatever, I can sniff them out. And so they're not I truly genuinely think, not just me being a Swiftie, I genuinely don't think they're a PR couple, because if they were, it would be like him having a bad rep, or like they would both need some kind of boosting. Right. But they're both so big in their own universes that it's like, why would they need it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so one of her theories, I guess, is that like they're like a plant for the political parties, and they're like going to, and I'm just like,
no, Lord.
I'm like, this woman's about to go on a world tour. Yeah. She's about to travel from Tokyo to Vegas and back to Australia.
Yeah.
In a matter of like 24 or 48 hours. She doesn't have time to be ploying with political parties. Yeah. She's got better stuff to do. And so she really, like, one of the things that really bothered me on her Instagram story, and it's just like, why can't we just let love, like, or just enjoy the simplicity of, like, the moment that we're living in? Because, like, someone on TikTok, this was a guy, too, he was like, we're witnessing history. Like, what we're, like, watching, it's, like, shit that we only saw, like, on TV growing up on Cinderella Story. And so, I don't know, maybe it's me as a romantic, but it's, I don't think
it's Cinderella Story, because Cinderella was, like, from the bottom, and then she became...
Well, Taylor was at the bottom.
Not when she met Travis.
Well, no, not when she met Travis, but like she's been at the bottom.
Right, but she built herself up to where she is. Yeah. She was a billionaire before
him.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
And so one of the things the journalist said, and because I came across it on TikTok, and I was like, wait, I follow her. Let me go check her stories. And she writes, and she's not a Swiftie, which I get. A lot of people don't like Taylor Swift. I get it. Yeah. Just my brother doesn't like Taylor Swift. But to me, it's like, okay, like you have to give me more than just like I don't like her. Like,
right.
Maybe you don't like her genre of music. Okay, that's fine. Like, yeah, whatever. But she wrote on one of her like Instagram stories, she's like, I watched clips of this summer's Taylor Swift concerts and liked Humanity 25% less. And I was just like, I was telling my mom, I was like, because this girl's from California, and I was like, is it the water they're giving the people in California? Like, what is going on?
Why did she say that?
I don't know. She just says, like, I know I don't like Taylor Swift and I'll lose followers for this. And, like, she just kept spewing stuff. And it's like, I get it. Like, we're in an election year. Like, it's going to be very volatile. But to pin two people that have, like, nothing.
My thing is like, if you don't like something, and if you don't like something that somebody does or somebody says, like, just unfollow them. Yeah. You do not have to continuously follow somebody or continuously be updated on things, on like anything that you don't want to be updated on. You can literally block whoever you want on social media.
Yeah.
You can pick what you see on social media. You don't have to talk about it. Like, leave it alone.
Yeah.
They're not bothering you. They're not.
Like, TikTok has a good feature. Like, if you ever come across a video you're like, why did this pop up? You can hold down, like, the screen, and, like, a list of things will pop up, and you can put not interested. And TikTok will make sure to never put stuff like that in your algorithm.
Interesting.
For people that did not know that.
Yeah, there you go.
And so, for me, it's like, I was like, oh, like, this, she's made an article before, because I'm in her newsletters, and I was like, this woman, like, if people ever go watch Miss Americana, like, her dad and her team of, like, of her music company, like, they know how high of a risk celebrity she is.
Right.
Like, stalker-wise, and just death threats and stuff. Like, they know how high risk she is. Like, in her documentary, Miss Americana, which you can watch on Netflix, she wants to speak out against, like, somebody that was running in Tennessee, and she's like, she just doesn't stand for the Christian values that I value.
Mm-hmm.
And her dad and, like, some of her team members were like, no, we can't let you do this. Like, you're just gonna flop and, like, whatever. And she's like, her dad was like, I'm literally buying you bulletproof cars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't think she would willingly, especially with how fucking chaotic it is in Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
I don't think her parents, who are such big influences to her,
mm-hmm.
would let her, like, sign her life away to partnering up with whoever's circus on either side of the aisle, honestly.
But it honestly, like, wouldn't surprise me either if they made it, like, any political party, like, made them it, like, maybe be like a non-negotiable, like, you have to, or we'll exile you, or whatever. I don't know. The government's crazy. Like,
they really are.
Like, I don't necessarily trust them.
I don't either.
But I was gonna say something too. I really think that people dislike the Travis and Taylor situation or relationship because at least the girls that don't like it are because they had a crush on Travis Kelce, and they're like, in their delusional minds, maybe thought that they would potentially be with Travis Kelce one day in their imagination. And then Taylor Swift, who is obviously this rich, famous billionaire who has all this money and is super famous and blah, 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 she gets the guy. And it's like, well...
But mind you, he made the first move.
I understand that, but that's in a delusional person's mind.
Very delusional. That's like me being upset about Robert Pattinson becoming a dad. If anything, I'm like super happy and excited for him.
Exactly. But people are crazy.
I know they are.
So I think that
Taylor Swift's literally
has a drive of why people like don't approve of the relationship or think it's fake or whatever, because it's like, well, I don't know.
The stance I'm coming from, it's like, as someone that's followed her since I was in middle school, this is like watching, and this is like a very like this is me being delusional. This is like me watching my best friend finally like get the love she deserves.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like if you were Taylor Swift and you were experiencing
and I was dating Travis Kelce,
but if you were experiencing like the same level of commitment and stuff, I would be just as excited. I would be literally like kicking and screaming and being like, oh my God, like I can't believe, like,
yeah, it's exciting.
It's just exciting for her to be, because it's like at the end of the day, we all want that. And to see that, it's like, oh, it is attainable.
But it's also like people are just so negative and don't want other people to be happy.
Yeah, that's what my mom told me. She's like, Lisa, they're just envious.
Yes, they're envious. If they don't have that, they don't want her to have that, or they don't want him to have that.
Yeah.
Because they're sad in their own lives, honestly. I know. It's like, just be happy for them. They're not bothering anybody.
No.
Like, who cares? I mean, as a football watcher, Like, who cares if the cameras go on to Taylor Swift when it's halftime or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're
It's not like she's paying them.
right. She's just there to watch the freaking game. But
Yeah.
also, any other celebrity, male celebrity, I saw this, any other male celebrity that goes to the game and they get the camera put on them, we're not talking about that. We don't even know who went to the game.
Yeah.
But there's male celebrities that go to the game all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So why is that not a big deal? Because they're not billionaires?
They're not dating someone on the team?
Right. Like, it's silly to be so mad about it.
Yeah.
And people get so upset about it.
Yeah.
That's why just be happy for them and move on. Or just if you don't like it, then just don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Just move along.
Just turn away. Yeah. Another thing that I've seen that her going to his football games have actually brought fathers and daughters closer together. Because daughters are actually watching football games and dads are excited because before me, I mean, I don't talk to my father, but it's if I had a normal dad who watched football, I'd be like, oh my god, yes, let's watch the Chiefs game, let's bond, and I think that's also something just very sweet that we should also hone in on, because it's most dads are just watching the football game and their daughters are whatever.
Well, yeah, because most people don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. That's really sweet. I thought you were going to say that she's brought in over $300 million in revenue to the Chiefs and the NFL over this past season.
Oh, probably. Yeah, that as well.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Good for her. Good for the Chiefs. Good for
the NFL. Yeah. Of course they're going to keep showing her on camera.
The NFL's we're making money every time we show her.
Exactly.
Why would we not?
Their shares are probably up.
Exactly. And you know what? The people that are watching, it's not like they turn the TV because it's they only show her for 20 seconds. You're going to turn off the game? No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, next topic.
Well, you were going to talk about your crazy thing that you've been seeing on TikTok.
Yeah, and it's kind of scaring me. My thoughts are what if this actually happens?
You're overthinking?
I'm not overthinking. I'm actually just thinking if it happens, what the heck's what are we gonna do? So I've been seeing on TikTok, and I don't know if it's just now a part of my algorithm, and I might just need to be I don't want to see this kind of stuff because I want to be naive.
Are you liking them?
No. Well, I guess I shared it, so I shared it to you.
Yeah, if you interact.
Yeah. But I needed to share it with somebody. You can't just be sitting on this news. If it's true, we got to prepare. I can't just be the only one that knows. Me and this creator, whoever made this video. So the video is this guy asking Alexa. He goes, Alexa, who's going to win the 2024 election? And Alexa returns and answers and says, there's not going to be an election in 2024 because there's going to be an apocalypse of some sort in September beforehand, and there's not going to be a need for the election because I think she said 85% of, and this could all be made up, obviously, but she said 85% or only 15% of us on
survive.
On the U.S. are going to survive.
I mean, Alexa does like to play games.
But
have we tried asking Siri?
No. But then I saw another one. It was and this is also a movie plot, but it tied into this other video that I saw about there's not going to be an election because there's going to be an apocalypse of some sort, or the world, something happens where but he compares it to a movie that came out. So who knows if this is true or not. I guess we'll wait and see. But the movie starts on a lunar eclipse, which he's like, okay, well, I'm looking up lunar eclipse, blah, blah, blah. There's one in March, and then there's one in September. And then throughout this movie, he's like, well, this is the date, and it's like the date of on this like computer, and it's like September blah 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 2024 or something like that. And so yeah, it's just making me think.
It's making you anxious.
It's making me think like, well, it's January, so if this something were to happen, we need to maybe go get a gun and prepare ourselves.
See, there's two types of people in the world. People that prepare, and me, I'm just like, you know what? If it's time.
You're not going to even fight back?
I think we're at a point in history where the people are kind of tired of the government shit.
If there were zombies, let's just
I
say
don't
that.
think zombies are real, Aaron.
I'm just saying, if there was some sort of apocalypse, zombies the most whatever.
I mean, I would run away. I wouldn't fight back.
What if they find you? You're just going to let them eat your brains?
I don't think it would be in a zombie apocalypse.
I'm not. It's just an example, because what other kind of apocalypse is there going to be?
I don't know. An alien apocalypse?
Maybe.
I would willingly go with them too. Be like, yes, let's go.
What if they're not nice, though?
I mean, my mom could tell me that, since she seems to be the expert on aliens.
So you would just willingly go and submerge yourself and like be one with the apocalypse. You wouldn't fight back.
I mean, it depends on fight back, because like
85% to 15% is a lot of people.
I mean, the chances of me dying fighting back are higher than me running away and hiding.
Say that again?
The chances of me dying are higher if I fight back than me running away hiding.
If you go and hide and then they find you,
I mean, I'd have to fight back then, but I'm not going to go willingly, like,
I'm not going to go willingly fight either, but, like, I want to know, like, you want to know what you're doing, and you want to, like, if you don't have anything to fight back with, how are you going to fight back? You're going to go hide and just...
Well, no, like, I'll come across, like, weapons,
hopefully,
for sure. Hopefully. But, like, at the same time, like, I don't know.
Right now, where would you go if you needed to get a gun?
One of those gun shows they're always having.
I don't think they're going to have a gun show in the middle of an apocalypse, though. That's what I'm saying.
You meant, like, right now.
No, in the middle of an apocalypse. That's what I'm saying. Like, be prepared. Like, go to the gun show now before it happens and get what you need to get.
Well, yeah. I don't know. This is giving me anxiety. I already don't sleep well.
Well, now you can join the club, because I've been thinking about this for a couple days.
Well, like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of fear mongering, and fear controls people is one thing I want to remind people. So let's not all believe everything Alexa's saying, because Alexa's also owned by one of the richest men in the world, who could easily end world poverty by just giving out $1 million, and he'd still be the richest man in the world. Let's just paint that picture.
He could probably give $1 billion.
For sure.
And still be the richest man in the world.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I know. It's just like freaky to think about, because remember I was telling you that if they make a movie about it, there could be some truth of it potentially happening in real life. I said that in another episode recently.
No, yeah. But that's like saying, did you ever watch that movie, War of Worlds, with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning? Maybe. It's like an old movie, and it's like a movie where, like, I think he's supposed to get his kids, I don't know where he lives, but to like the East Coast. Mm-hmm. But alien apocalypse happens, but I think they're coming from like the ground, not the sky. And so it's literally like a war in between worlds. Okay. And so it's like, if you really put that into context, it's like, okay, then that means there's got to be some truth to that movie. There's got to be some truth to Star Wars. I mean, and there's got to be some truth to Harry Potter.
That's what I said. I was like, you never know.
So
We are so small. Like, we are not the only.
no,
We're
we're not.
so small.
No.
Like,
And there's something living in the ocean. Because you're telling me, now that we're diving into this, you're telling me NASA was created to explore the ocean and something scared them and they started exploring the space? That's a little sus.
mm-hmm.
That's
Did
sus
you
to
send
me.
me that video
I don't know.
of that little girl asking the astronaut why we haven't ever gone back to the moon?
I don't remember.
And the guy, he says that he's a diver in that interview with that little girl. And he said that they never went to the moon.
That's
It
another
was
thing.
staged.
India just tried to go to the moon.
Did they make it?
I don't think they did.
I feel like it's not that far away. Like, if have we gone to Mars?
No. We've sent a
We
rover to
sent
Mars. Which, that's really sad. Because the little rover would, like, sing himself happy birthday. Like, have you seen those videos?
No, it's not real. It's not a live thing.
Yes. You've never
Lisa,
seen.
do not tell me that, because I already put feelings. I already associate feelings with objects already.
No, yes,
That's
it
why
was
I
like
have.
a little Wally, Aaron.
Oh my
It's
God.
really sad. I'm gonna find
Do
it.
not send me a video. Do not.
But like he like sends a message to Houston or whoever, and it's like my battery is dying. Like I don't know how much time I'm. And it's like, and he sings himself happy birthday. It's like probably like one of the saddest
Oh my God.
videos.
Why? So he doesn't have emotion. He just tells them facts.
I don't know, because like the way, that's another thing. AI is like really, I do not like AI at all.
Not in robots.
Yes, I do not like AI and robots, because there are some, for example, there's this robot named Sophia, and she's an AI, like full on robot, and she's got a human face, and like the rest of her is a robot.
That's weird.
She learns like by human interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So like to me that is really really scary.
Yeah.
And it's like me as a normal human being, like somebody like does me wrong, like I'm pissed. You imagine you do a robot wrong?
Well, and also, who's teaching the robot how to act right?
You don't. It's a computer.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a cloud.
But that's what I'm saying, is that it picks up on, like, let's say, you know, you get mad at me and you punch me in the face. That robot's watching this interaction and be like, oh, that's how you treat somebody when you're mad or you feel that emotion. I don't think
so.
What do you mean you don't think so?
Because I think it has like a dictionary and within its programming that I think it would know that, like, you know, like punching people is not right. But like if you were to do something dirty to her,
she's gonna
then she'd probably punch you.
That's what I'm saying, is that if she got mad at you, she would know, okay, Louisa punched her, I'm gonna punch her too.
True. Oh, that's just so scary.
I saw something about AI robot like beating up somebody in the Tesla factory over here in Frisco, and they like there was blood drawn.
Mm-hmm. They had to shut it down. It had a malfunction, or that's what they're saying.
Yeah, they probably punched the robot. Probably punched the guy.
I think he did more than punch him.
Could you imagine? That would be scary.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah.
You'd be scared of like electronics for the rest
of your life.
What if
it's a freaking robot apocalypse?
It would be like that movie with Will Smith, I, Robot.
Yeah. See? Movie made.
But what the fuck are we going to do? We're just going to like unplug the Wi-Fi for the rest of the eternity?
Deprogram them? Somebody's got to, I don't know, somebody's got to be behind the robots.
My money is on Elon Musk.
I mean, he would be a good contender.
And you know what? My money is on him being an alien too.
I could see that as well.
Because you know what? Like,
I bet him and Bezos, they could be in cahoots.
Could be, yeah, because him and Mark Zuckerberg don't like each other. But Elon Musk, he has Asperger's, which is like a spectrum of autism.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, of course an alien would say they have autism to explain their weirdness. Like, you know, in the movies when it's like an alien, like E.T., and it's like, oh, it's just my cousin visiting from Omaha or like Yamaka or somewhere random.
Oh my
To
god!
explain their weird
Like
actions.
why his head is like so, like
Yes.
E.T.'s head is like
Yes.
so oddly shaped and looks like a brain.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he just got a condition. He's fine. He doesn't get
okay.
much sun.
He was dropped as a child. He's good.
He lives in Idaho. He eats a lot of potatoes.
He's from the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah. He rides goats to school.
So.
Oh my gosh. I remember E.T.
I used to be scared of him.
I mean, he's kind of scary looking.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But yeah, so I think that we should do some sort of just mentally preparing.
Yeah. I also think, I'm just going to throw this out there because I've seen it on TikTok. You know, like all this talk about like war and stuff. And it's like, why don't we just throw the leaders into a ring, you know, gladiator style? I was telling you this earlier because it's like, I'm not the one picking a fight.
Yeah.
You're the one using my tax money for nonsense I don't want to be involved in.
Right.
It's like, maybe we should throw you in the ring. And that's actually going to like make us want to elect younger people because we're going to want the young, fit guy. Smart one too, not just any young, fit guy.
Right.
To like win in the gladiator war.
Right.
Ring.
Yeah, because I mean, the contenders right now,
they're all old. And you know what? It'd be really easy.
I would be pretty easy to just, you know, knock them out one by one.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
we just need young.
I feel like that would, like, instead of going to war, like, as a country against country, or like civil war,
civilians against civilians,
right?
Yeah,
in our own country, but like if we did wars against like the U.S. and another country, it's like, okay, the president of each country gets to pick one soldier, and I actually I don't know what the movie is called, but it had Brad Pitt in it.
You told me about this,
and it was like the president of each,
like the king,
the king at the time. But in today's world, it would be the president,
right?
Or whatever, the Pope or whatever, would choose one. The Queen of England. I mean, she's
passed.
I know, but if she was still alive, she would get to choose. They would choose one person to fight, and whoever, like, it's like Hunger Games style.
I don't want civilians to go. I want to put them people, like, I want to see.
It's Hunger Games style, I know, but like, how about this? Hunger Games style of the people that chose to be politicians.
Yes. The ones that have their hands in dirty shit. Which is all of them.
Yeah. If you're a politician,
all of
hands
them.
are dirty. So, okay, as the president, you get a pass because you have the highest power. But
if you fuck up, we throw you in.
Yeah. If you say something wrong, you're in. But if you're in anywhere, whether it's mayor, you know, governor,
counselor,
everything, from the bottom to the top.
Exactly.
You are put into a pool, and Hunger Games style.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah. And you you get sent.
This is very French of us, you know?
It is.
It's giving like a French Revolution. I love it.
I mean, I think that we would save a lot of lives that way.
Oh, 100%.
But also sometimes...
And they would respect civilians more.
They should.
I don't think they do.
They don't.
They don't.
That's why they don't
care. They're using our tax money.
That's why they don't care. They'll say things and then they don't follow through on them because they just want to get elected so they have power.
They're also old, okay? They probably don't even remember what they said.
You think they forgot?
Yes.
That's
I
why
can
they
tell you that there's a lot of people on both sides of the aisle that I'm like, this is elderly abuse.
I don't think that it's forgetting. I think that
They're senile.
they no, I think that they say what they need to say to get into the office and then they just do whatever they want.
Yes, if
Also, I
they're
think too, just the way that the government moves and like passing things and like who needs to read and approve and blah 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 and whatever, like that
it's
process is
outdated.
just very slow.
It's outdated.
Yeah, and it shouldn't take 10 years to pass a bill.
I agree.
Like it just shouldn't, because it's like, okay, one president comes in and he's like, oh, I have this great idea, we should do this, and then their term is up in 4
4
years.
years.
Hopefully they get reelected, and it's like, okay, well, it still didn't pass. Like I can only be president for 8 years.
Yeah. And it's like, really, if you really think about it, like the power is held in the Speaker of the House because they get to choose what gets shown on the floor.
Yeah. So it's really however they wake up that day and what they want to be on their
Yeah.
agenda.
Little bitches. And of course, they have to be men. Like, let's be honest. Like, I was telling somebody at work the other day, and I was like, all these wars caused by men. If it were women, we'd probably like sit down, probably call each other bitches, and then we'd be like, okay, how are we going to resolve this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get into like a screaming match, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there are people out there that would maybe punch somebody.
Well, 100%.
I don't want to be punched.
I'm not saying you're going to have to be
And I
punched,
don't
but
want my hair to be pulled.
I think.
I can yell at somebody all day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want you to touch me physically. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
I am not made for war.
Me either. And that's why I'm saying we send them motherfuckers in.
I don't think that no one's made for war. We should all just freaking get along. Let's
Exactly.
take
like,
turns.
I sent you a TikTok
Let's
of a
take
guy.
turns. Let's roll the dice. Let's see what it lands on. Have a couple of different options.
Right? Like
let's
try it out. Dodgeball, guys.
Yeah, let's play dodgeball. I like that idea. Let's play dodgeball.
A friendly game of tag.
Yeah, monkey in the middle.
Right.
Like Red Rover. Send the USA over, and then like the USA has to like try to break through the barrier.
Yeah.
And then if you don't, then you just sit out, and the other team that wins gets to do what they want to do for the week.
Yeah.
Like, let's just take turns.
Yeah.
Like
Olympic style.
Elementary school PE.
Yes, I agree.
I think we should propose this to the government. See how they.
I agree.
How they like
because
it.
They're talking to the wrong generations. You know.
Yeah.
We don't. We get food delivered to us. We have Netflix.
Yeah.
Like everything. It's like, really, you're gonna ask me to go risk my life for you?
Well,
No.
It wouldn't be for them. It would be for the other civilians.
Well, no, the other civilians are probably like agreeing with me.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's them people that are wanting us to.
I mean, yeah, no one wants to, but
It's
also,
like, you know what, women suffragettes, like, revoke my rights. I will be a housewife.
No, we're not going back in time.
I don't want to open a credit card. It's fine.
I think you're going a little too far. I think you're getting a little carried away with. They're not going to send you to war. You're already too old. Sorry, you're about to be 28. I think you're in the clear.
Thank God.
You are in the clear. So you don't have to worry about it.
I know, but I still worry for, like, to begin with, like, let's be honest. Us, millennials, Gen Z, we're not mentally well.
I don't think anyone's really mentally well.
But for us that own it, I don't think, like, I think we're worse off.
What?
Like, mentally, this is going to sound really bad.
I
Like, I
think you
need to
have
be
to
in a
be
padded room.
mentally unwell to join the military.
Yeah, you get rejected.
I mean, just I think it's really honorable, and I think it's great. Like, there's a lot of great benefits when you do that.
100%, yeah.
Um,
I know many people that serve our country.
yeah.
But I just
But
don't.
I don't think that they're serving their country for the politicians. They're serving their country for the people.
100%,
and that's
yeah. And well, that's why I'm saying also, like, it's not fair for them to be put in a situation made by the politicians.
Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of just how everything, not like that's just how everything works. There's a chain of command. There's a chain of command in your work. There's a chain of command in my work. It's just that's their job and that's their chain of command.
I know. I just want.
That's like me saying.
I just want to chop some heads, okay?
That's like me saying, like, Louisa, it's not fair that your boss tells you what to do every day and tells you that you need to do this, this, and this. But it's like, that's your job.
True.
You know? Like, unfortunately, but they also signed up for it.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I signed up for it too.
You signed up for your job. Yeah, you did. And they made a commitment. And it's a great commitment to have. But it's also, like, there's a lot of sacrifice in it. Like, there's a ton of, I don't know, there's a lot of pros and cons, but
for sure.
I mean, I think that what our government could do by asking and needing people to want to sign up is to have more resources for when they come home, because
what's it called? The vets,
Veteran Affairs.
Yeah. So under,
like, funded.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that and just like wounded warriors, and there's mental things like homelessness, and there's a lot of issues that are not necessarily caused by, being in the military, but there's nothing to help them when they come back.
Agree.
Of like reestablishing themselves into society.
Yeah.
And a lot of them come back and they just don't know how to, because you have to think about it. You can sign up to be in the military when you're 18 years old. So you come back and you've, suffered this traumatic experience and trauma and, have PTSD and all of this stuff. And then you come back and there's no support. There's no, there's, and I'm sure I say there's none, but I'm sure there's some, but there should be more. And
100%.
Also, people need to act on it too, because, I mean, just like therapy, unless you go, you can't get the benefits of it unless you go. So, I don't know. This was a really interesting turn of events.
Yeah. I just want us to, be a little French,
Yeah, like,
we can hold our politicians accountable.
I agree. I think
like the French are. Like, there's not enough news coverage, but the farmers in France are right now protesting. And they are like pouring like cow manure all over, like, like the White House, let's say. And like Paris Fashion Week is still going on. Like, it's just such a weird.
Yeah, it's like the media is not covering what.
I feel like we could take a little bit, as Americans, we could take a few notes.
Well, did you see what I sent you today about Texas, like, starting to become their own state?
See, that's where I'm also like,
Like, we're
I
supposed
don't
to
want to
be
be in a civil war. Like,
I don't want to, that's what I'm saying.
tired of it. That's why
That's what I'm saying. Literally, if this is starting now, September is 9 months away. There's a lot that could happen in 9 months.
We need to get rid of the old people.
It's not the old people. It's the immigration. Like, what
I
this issue
agree.
is that the federal people want us to just be able to let everyone into our state and our like country, and Texas is like, no, we're putting barbed wire on our.
And I agree to that.
I agree too. They're wanting everyone to come in, but I mean, let's just wait until the election. Like, we don't need to go into a civil war.
I know, it's like,
but it is scary because
it is scary. I agree. Like, that aspect, like, I agree. Like, I don't think we should be letting just anybody in. I'm not saying that they're criminals or whatever. No, I'm just saying that they're coming in and they're not Mexican.
No.
They are from Central America, South America. They're not well informed. There are literally, I truly think, and there's like probably like more information on this, but I truly think it's like politically driven in some form, because it's like, I was reading that there's like a caravan of like, I don't know how many thousands of people being led by like, I don't even know what to call them, like people that are like, yeah, we're going to cross the border. And it's like, they're not like, it sucks over here, people. Like, I'm not saying it sucks over here, but it's like, job wise, inflation wise, like house marketing wise, you're not going to have it easy.
Yeah. Well, compared to where people are coming from, it's
probably
better.
easier. And then I also speak on like from family that lives in Mexico, from the stragglers that decided to stay in Mexico. They're being given like voting rights and housing and all of this stuff. And it's like, for the Mexican people that have like worked their entire lives off, it's like they're freeloaders.
Yeah.
And so it's like very exhausting on both ends.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, sadly something has to be done about it. Like, close the borders. But something
did you see the video of like somebody, I don't know what his name is, but it was like he was like a Eastern European, not European, but Eastern, what am I trying to say? I don't want to say like a city or a state or country, like, but like, what am I trying to say?
I don't know
like,
what you're trying to say.
From Saudi Arabia Middle Eastern. Oh my god, I couldn't
figure out. You're like Eastern European, and I was like, and then you kept saying Eastern, and I was like,
I knew Eastern was in what I was trying to say. Middle Eastern descent, and he was trying to cross the border, and he was being argumentative, and he looks into a camera of like somebody filming him, and he was like, "You don't know who I am yet, but you're gonna know. Like, the U.S. is gonna know who I am sooner or later." Like, threatening the U.S. And so like there's been people that have, you know, gone through and figured out who this guy is, and he's part of some sort of, or related to some sort of terrorist people. And I don't think that he is, but he's connected to them. And so it's like, you don't just come over and make threats when you want to come into our country. Like, we're not going to let you in.
Yeah. But something like my junior high school teacher, she was my humanities teacher. Because the south border has always been a debacle.
Finicky. Yeah.
Whether you're looking at the Texas border, let's be honest, Florida, it's always been very open, very finicky. But she always said, she's like, we're always so concerned about the south border, but we never look at the northern border. And she's like, if I'm going to bet my money on where people are coming in from, it's the Canadian border, because it's so easy to go in and out from, than the southern border.
Yeah.
So
I think too, the southern border is just so looked at upon because of the drugs, and like that a lot of smuggling happens
yeah,
on, you know, obviously like in the Gulf and between Mexico and Texas, and like that's just a huge problem in itself, rather than not just people coming across illegally, it's smuggling drugs too. And I'm sure things happen across Canada too, but like I think the access is more on the south part of it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Probably people come across all the time from Canada.
Yeah, that took a turn, guys.
I know. Yeah, that was not on the agenda.
It was not honestly on the agenda. We were going to talk about also starting your life over.
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, if the apocalypse comes and we survive, we're going to have to start our lives over, and, you know.
We'll have to learn how to garden.
I can garden. I mean, we could figure it out.
Well, we better stock up on those books, man.
I mean, how hard is it to garden?
I mean, you have to like think about weather patterns, like when's the right time to like plant your seeds so they like grow in time for harvest.
Yeah.
That's another thing I want us to like go into, not on the podcast, like individually.
Okay.
And to like have our own like self-sustainable, like I guess like ecosystem, or like I don't know how to explain that.
Just like our own self-made garden, like,
and like farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do that.
Why? We're gonna have to.
Why?
You just said we're gonna have to prepare for an apocalypse. We might as well.
I mean, yeah.
We might as well start learning how to milk a cow.
Oh, Lord.
And how to drink raw milk, because it's gonna be a rough couple of first months.
I know.
No
more oat milk in the Starbucks. Just give us the whole
I haven't had Starbucks in 3 months.
Okay, well, you're not going to get Starbucks if there's an apocalypse.
I'll be fine. I've already had it. I haven't had it in months.
No coffee either. We can maybe make coffee grounds.
We'll find instant coffee at one of those like old Krogers.
We need to like get a storage unit where we start keeping items that we just collect. And say like peanut butter would be a great thing to collect. I saw another TikTok of somebody, they're starting to sell like pre-made things like food, 100 and something pre-bagged food, dehydrated food, meals that it's like 128 of them for $60 at Costco.
Let's end on a positive note.
I'm just saying.
No, I know.
That's a good deal.
It is a good deal.
If you think about it.
It is. And you know what? If nothing happens, we can always return it to Costco and get our money back.
Mm-hmm.
But
I wonder if it's like good for your like a diet.
I don't think it is.
No.
Mm-hmm. I've heard like dehydrated food sucks.
Yeah, probably.
So
it's probably just more for like nutrition and to survive. It's not for taste.
Yeah, it's not for taste.
It's not like a steak.
We could be like the Michelin stars of dehydrated food. The Michelin chefs.
We can make our own, and then
and
people
make it
will
taste good.
And people will want to buy.
And then people are gonna want to look at us, always being business savvy, pre or post apocalypse.
And then we can just buy like a big mountain or like hill that will be where our house is or in our headquarters. Actually, we don't really want the headquarters to be. Maybe we do.
We don't want to be targeted. We don't need to be. Well, we do need to be on a hill because then we can see.
Right. But I was saying, like, if we have the headquarters there, then we're going to have an endless amount of food and we will not ever run out. We just have to keep the headquarter location a secret so no one knows where to find us.
Okay. Well, we're not going to say it on the podcast.
No. Well, we don't have one yet. So this is a non-existent thing. But then all of our family can come and live there with us.
True.
The specific, like the ones that we want to come, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe not everyone.
Maybe not everyone.
We can leave Aunt Jemima on the bottom of
certain aunts out.
Yeah.
And uncles. But let's try to end on a positive note, guys. And Erin, I'm going to teach you how to put not interested on your TikToks.
Okay.
Because to end on a more positive, serious note, I don't think an apocalypse is going to happen. We're just too, let's be honest, we're just too far advanced and we're like too lazy. If it were to happen, we'd end up like Wall-E, sadly. I see that.
Like Wall-E?
Yeah, Wall-E.
What do you mean?
Like us being shipped off into space until Earth feels better and then we come back. You've watched Wall-E, right?
No. I just know he's a
Erin,
little robot man. Little robot boy. I don't necessarily think an apocalypse is gonna happen, but I'm not like truly convinced that a civil war might happen. Like maybe not like
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think like a true back in the day like it used to, or how they used to go to war like with their little spears and stuff.
They had shotguns.
Whatever they had, I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be more, I don't know. It's going to something.
I don't think,
I feel like something
I do
is
have to
happen.
say I don't think Texas can succeed from the US because we have a lot of federal bases, like US bases, and we get a lot of federal money from that. So we would lose a lot of federal funding. So I think it would just have to be not us, but the other side is just going to have to be like, okay, fine, like you win. You can keep your barbed wire.
I mean, and I feel like that's probably what it's
and I think that's what's going to
especially because
a very gentleman's agreement.
Some handshake bullshit.
Some like.
Well, and also just
okay, man.
Yeah, fucking also. Men. But what are we promising? We're promising something in order to be able to, you know.
I don't think we'd be promising anything.
That's what politics is. I'll scratch your back and you scratch mine.
Okay, but see, that's very dirty.
That's what politics is, Louisa.
I know it is.
We've literally just been talking about that for the past hour.
I know, but it's like, I mean, we can't, not from anybody in current government, but I'd like to say that it's like, okay, you can keep your barbed wire and whatever, but I don't think that there'd be anything for us to promise.
There's always something to promise. A favor in the future. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It's like a you owe me one kind of thing.
They're too old, honestly. They'd probably forget.
I bless you for thinking that.
I do think that.
Okay. Well, we can end on that positive note of you being optimistic.
I'm not optimistic. I've grown up around enough old people to recognize the signs. And I can tell you that there's a lot of people that I'm like, I'm not saying our current governor. I think he's like.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about our current president.
But there's more people that control what happens than just the president.
I know. And that's who we should be concerned about.
That's what I'm saying, is the president's not the one pulling the strings. And I mean, technically on paper, yeah.
True.
But there's got to be if they're going to come back and say, if they're going, that went all the way up to the Supreme Court.
I know.
If that is going to go all the way up to the Supreme Court.
And the Supreme Court said what?
They agreed with the federal people.
Oh, man. See,
that's what I'm saying.
As someone that studied law, like the way the Supreme Court works never works in anyone's favor, because it's kind of like how you and I are. The way I interpret things is different than the way you interpret things. Mm-hmm. So that's the way all those lawyers sitting in the Supreme Court for life, by the way.
Yeah.
They're going to interpret the law the way they interpret the law, which I think is so fucked up.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Yeah, I thought I heard that, but.
Yeah, so.
It's the 10th Amendment, guys. It's a very fickle thing.
They are already pushing back on it. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. They agreed.
That really shocks me.
Yeah. And so now it's like, okay, if they're going to.
Especially because a lot of the
federal government's going to say, okay, fine, you can keep your barbed wire up, there's got to be an agreement to why else would they say that? They already won a Supreme Court case.
I love how, like, when it's in the government's favor, they can get a case right up front center to the
Right.
Supreme Court. But everybody else, we got to be waiting for years.
You trying to go to the Supreme Court?
No, I'm just like other cases I've kept track of.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow. It is a very, I'm telling you guys, we need to start acting a little French.
I mean, that's going to cause some issues because we don't have.
I'm not saying we chop heads. I'm just saying, like,
we don't have like self-control. I feel
that's
like
very true.
People here, they take a bite. They like, it's like you give them a mile or you give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
True.
In all situations, like they are very people here are very like self-centered and very what's ever in my best interest.
Yeah.
And so I think if that were the case, it would get out of control so quickly.
Very true. Okay, I take that back. Nobody.
That's how we get a civil war. Right there.
I don't think that's how we get a civil war. That's how we get martial law.
Well, it would be like the purge. Everyone would just start killing each other.
That's worse. I take an apocalypse over that.
Yeah, the purge is scary.
I've never seen it, but it gives me such an anxiety.
Yeah.
I feel like we're a generation of anxiety that I don't think any of us could handle.
I mean,
I don't think I can handle any more life-altering historic events.
Well, you're 28. There's going to be more historic events that happen.
I just like can I not catch a break? Like, of course, the year I decide I'm gonna like focus on love, the universe is like, by the way, also
there could potentially be
a civil war, an apocalypse.
It's not going to be both. It's going to be one or the other.
I don't know. Because
or an alien invasion. We don't know.
If we're going to take votes, I'm taking an alien invasion.
Okay. If like if there was like a preference.
Yes. What would you take?
I would probably take an alien invasion.
Yeah. Like, because like, what if we can be like, please, we will take you to our leader.
I will be an alien.
I will marry me to your son.
I will conform to your kind.
Yeah, like what if it's like Star Wars and we're like living lavishly in space?
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then we get to go see all the other planets.
Yes.
Okay, see, it's not that bad.
Intergalactic, like the UN, but for like the galaxies.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're going to end it right there.
Cheers to alien invasions. That was such a wild ride. Yeah.
We're not high, I promise. It's those euphorics.
Yeah, maybe we're like, it's like a what's it called? When you see
placebo?
Things.
Oh.
No.
When you see things.
Like a high, I can't say the word.
I know what you're thinking.
Like a
hieroglyphic?
No, it's not.
Hallucination. Yes. Okay, I knew what you were thinking.
I was like, it's stuck in my mouth. I can't say it. Yeah, I think it's that drink.
Yeah.
Made us go off into La La Land.
Way off into La La Land.
Luis is over here thinking we're French.
We could be.
We
just choose not to do one of those DNA testings. Yeah. I do.
I still have one.
I still think they're going to clone me.
Yeah. Well, you never know until you find out, you know?
What, like, it's apocalypse world and, like, the black market has taken over and I run across me?
And you're like, Louisa, and you're like, Louisa, and then you guys could be allies together.
No, because, like, she'd know me best.
Your allies.
She'd know my weaknesses.
She's up on your team.
We don't know that. She could be a double agent for all I know.
She's on your team. You know yourself better than anybody. You would never cross yourself.
I don't know what kind of home she comes from.
She came from a robot or like a machine.
True. Well, I think we need to call it a night.
Okay.
We've gone too far.
We're we're going down a rabbit hole, and we're not gonna make our way out of it. I think we're just down a little too deep.
We just keep going down.
Yeah, we keep going down. We're talking about cloning. Yeah, we need to call it a day.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Until next time, guys. Well, don't forget what.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't think that these ideas are like too far off.
No, I don't think
because
so.
Movies have been made about them.
Yeah, Aaron, like Star Wars and Harry Potter.
We talked about Star Wars, alien abduction.
You know the story behind Star Wars? The director, George Lucas, he apparently had a really bad car accident. And like he, I guess, hallucinated Star Wars.
See?
But I can't confirm, but allegedly he claims that he was abducted. And that's where these ideas come from. So Star Wars could very well be true.
See? It's not far off.
No.
If somebody had an idea, like we only use the majority of people only use less than 10% of their brain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also a movie.
Yes.
Limitless.
Also, gossip, kind of like, I'm not saying, I kind of want to say like gossip is like conspiracies, but they say 10% of gossip is truth.
Yeah. So take that with what you want right. Or with what you will, because we're just here to talk about it. We don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah. Well,
we're just here to talk about what everyone else is talking about.
Yeah.
And tell you our opinions on it.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at us if you don't agree.
Yeah. You know what? We're just here like off hot. I'm not even sure what this drink was tonight, guys. I'm not even sure.
Were you going to say that we were high?
High off euphoria.
Oh.
Of the drink.
Maybe there is some sort of secret chemical in there that we just forgot.
There's gotta be. We'll have to read back on the can because
there's no alcohol in it, though. I did see that.
No alcohol, 0%.
You were like, "There's semi non-alcoholic or something like that." I'm like, semi. This is supposed to be non-alcoholic.
It is fully 0% alcohol.
But
I could say that like it does make you feel
like giddy.
Yes.
It's like you're just happy. Maybe because you have like nutrients in your body and your body's like, thank God for giving me nutrients. Like I've been suffering for the past, like you keep eating.
That's another thing we're going to have to find out in the apocalypse, how to make alcohol.
Oh, if people can do it in jail, we can figure it out.
Have you seen it? It's really gross. What do they call it? What do they used to call it? Hooch.
Give me the hooch juice.
No, I don't think I could do that.
Well, my brother knows. He knows how to make moonshine and stuff. He makes his own.
I know, but we're going to miss tequila and vodka.
Well, we might have to alter our tastes in the apocalypse.
What about wine?
We could make wine. Wine takes a long time to make. We got to make sure we get a grapes vine
and harvested and all that shit.
Maybe we'll have our warehouse on the top of a vineyard.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like we need to marry a man with a vineyard.
Okay.
A family of vineyards.
Okay.
No. What are they called?
Vineyards. I don't know.
The people that handle, I don't know.
Like a wine enthusiast?
No, like the people that own the vineyards. Do they have a name?
I don't know.
I've
only been to like a handful of vineyards in my
life. We keep saying we're done and we keep jumping into another rabbit hole.
I know.
Don't forget our singles event, February 14th from 6 to 8. We'll be posting it on our social media. Keep an eye on it.
It's at Eden
Hill Winery.
Eden Hill Winery.
It's a wine bar in Dallas.
Yep. We'll post everything on our social media, the directions, everything that you'll need to know, how to get a ticket, blah, blah, blah. So if you have questions, let us know. We're excited to see you guys on the 14th. For those of you that are local, yeah. We're excited.
Hope you enjoyed this very, very chaotic episode. I think this has been our most chaotic episode.
Oh my gosh.
As of yet.
Yeah.
As of late.
Well, it's been very chaotic and it's very long.
So, welcome to Inside Our Mind.
Yeah, this is literally why we started this podcast, because Luis and I, when we were roommates, we could literally sit on the couch and have these random ass conversations with each other and never get bored and just, shoot the shit and just feed off of our hallucinations and our hypothetical situations and just like feed each other's like
delusions.
Hopes and dreams and delusions. Like that's what it was, and that's how basically adulting was born. And so this is just, a little part and a piece of that.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
You're welcome. All right. We'll also be leaving that poll for the theme of my birthday.
Oh yeah, the theme of the birthday. I was like, what's next?
What's next?
What's the next topic?
Let's keep this going.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we'll put the post or the poll in Spotify or wherever you listen to. So make sure to tell us where we should go or what the theme should be for Luis's birthday. We'll give you guys options and you can just tell us which one to do. So we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Peace out, Girl Scout.